Gemini, stop, breathe. Because what I just pulled from this deck made my hands shake, and I have been reading tarot for 25 years. This is not a normal August reading. This is not a gentle nudge from the universe. This is a message so specific, so layered, so undeniably meant for one person watching right now, that I almost put the cards back down. But I couldn't. Because your energy walked into this space before your thumb ever pressed play. And what's coming toward you around the 12th of August? It changes the entire story you've been telling yourself about being forgotten. So before I go deeper, I need you to do one thing for me. Drop in the comments where you're watching from tonight, just your city, just your country. Let me see how far this message is traveling to find you, because it traveled to you on purpose. Now stay, because what I'm about to say is going to make your chest tight. Gemini, do not scroll past this. I need you to hear me clearly. You were not supposed to find this reading today. And yet here you are, your thumb stopped. Your eyes locked on those words. Something inside you, something beneath your thoughts, beneath your logic, beneath that clever Gemini mind that always needs a rational explanation for everything, something ancient and quiet inside you whispered, this one. This one is mine, and you listened. You always listen, even when you pretend you don't. Even when you tell yourself you were just scrolling, just killing time, just curious. No, you were pulled, your higher self, your spirit, that part of you that has been watching and waiting and aching in silence for weeks, now, guided your hand to this exact video at this exact hour. You are not here by accident. You are here because August the 12th is closer than you realize. And what is arriving needs you to be prepared, needs you to be open, needs you to stop protecting yourself from hope. And I need you to understand something before I go any further. This is not a generic reading. I know how these things can sound. I know you've been burned before by words that felt like they were for everyone and therefore for no one. But Gemini, the cards I pulled for you tonight came out in a sequence I have genuinely never seen in this configuration. The Tower reversed sitting directly beside the Two of Cups, with the Eight of Wands underneath both. Do you understand what that means? It means something you believed was destroyed is not destroyed. It means a connection you thought was finished is breathing beneath the surface. And it means the timing, the speed, the suddenness of what is coming will catch you completely off guard. But I'm getting ahead of myself. And you need context. You need to understand what has been happening in the energy field around you for the last 3 weeks before the full message will make sense. So stay with me. Let me walk you through what your body has already been telling you. Because Gemini, your body knows, your body has known for days. Maybe you've felt it in your chest, that strange flutter, not quite anxiety, not quite excitement, something in between. A tightness behind your sternum that shows up randomly. Maybe while you're washing dishes, maybe while you're staring at your phone at 11:43 at night, waiting for something you can't even name. You keep checking your phone. You tell yourself you're just looking at the time. You're just checking a notification. But you're not, you're scanning. You're listening. Some part of you is expecting a vibration, a name, a message that will crack the silence wide open. And the restlessness, Gemini. The inability to settle into a conversation, into a task, into sleep. You lie down and your mind goes somewhere else. Somewhere specific. Somewhere that has a face attached to it. You feel that person's energy even when they haven't spoken to you in days, maybe weeks, and you've been questioning yourself. Am I imagining this? Am I projecting? Am I being foolish? You are not being foolish. You are feeling what is real. The tension you've been carrying in your shoulders, that knot at the base of your neck. The way your breath gets shallow when a certain song plays or a certain memory surfaces uninvited. That is not random. That is your energy field registering a shift that hasn't manifested in the physical world yet. But it is coming. It is so close. And then there are the dreams. Oh, Gemini, the dreams. I don't know if you've had them 3 nights in a row or just once, but you know the one I'm talking about. You were somewhere familiar, maybe, place you used to go with this person. Maybe a hallway, doorway, a room with soft light, and they were there. Not speaking, maybe not even looking at you, but present, close enough that you could feel the warmth of them. And then you woke up, and for 3 seconds, before your conscious mind caught up, you felt them still there, in the room, beside you. And then the feeling dissolved, and you were left with this hollow ache, this grief mixed with something that wasn't quite grief. It was closer to longing, closer to memory, closer to a door that was almost open. Or maybe it wasn't a dream at all. Maybe it was a flash, a thought that hit you in the middle of the afternoon, so vivid and so sudden that you stopped walking. A sentence they once said, replaying in your voice, their laugh, the specific way they tilted their head. You thought you were over this. You told yourself you were healing, and maybe you are, but healing doesn't mean forgetting. Healing doesn't mean the connection is severed. It means you're finally clear enough to receive what's actually coming. And here's what I need you to sit with for a moment: the synchronicities, the repeated numbers, the name you keep seeing in random places, the song that plays at the exact moment you were thinking about them, the friend who mentions their name in passing and you feel your whole body go still. These are not coincidences, Gemini. These are confirmation. This is the universe tapping you on the shoulder and saying, pay attention. Something is converging. Something is aligning. The silence between you and this person is not empty. It is full. It is gestating. And what is about to be born from that silence is going to shock you. But I promised you context. And I meant it. Because if I tell you what the cards are showing me right now, without you understanding the internal shift that this person has been going through, you will not believe me. You will think I'm telling you what you want to hear, and I refuse to do that. You deserve the truth, even when the truth feels too good to trust. So let me tell you about them. Let me tell you what is happening on the other side of this silence. Because while you have been here, checking your phone, wondering if you mattered, wondering if you were just a chapter they closed and walked away from, they have been in their own storm, and it has been breaking them open in ways they did not expect. Let me tell you about them. Let me take you behind the curtain of their silence, because from where you are sitting, it looks like indifference. It looks like they moved on, like they forgot, like you were just an option they decided to drop when something shinier or easier came along. But Gemini, I need you to look closer at the energy. The silence wasn't indifference. The silence was panic. It was an ego defense mechanism so thick, so suffocating, that they had to cut the cord just to breathe. But here is the cosmic joke, the beautiful tragic irony of the situation. The moment they cut the cord, the moment they walked away and told themselves they were free, the haunting began. They thought distance would erase you. They thought if they stopped looking at your pictures, if they stopped checking your stories, if they buried themselves in work or distractions or superficial connections, the memory of your mind, your laugh, the way you saw right through their masks would fade. But you are a Gemini. You are etched into their nervous system. You are the standard they are now measuring everything else against, and everything else is coming up short. Over the last few weeks, while you have been sitting in your confusion, they have been sitting in a quiet, creeping regret. I see them waking up at 3 in the morning. I see them staring at the ceiling, the weight of their own choices pressing down on their chest. They feel it in their throat, a physical lump of unspoken words that they swallow down every single day. They are replaying conversations. They are realizing that the things they blamed you for, the intensity, the questioning, the need for clarity, were actually the very things that made the connection real. They were terrified of being seen that deeply. They were terrified of being known, and so they ran. But you cannot run from a soul tie. You can only run until you exhaust yourself, and then you have to turn around and face what you left behind. They are realizing right now, in this exact window of August, that they made a profound miscalculation. They thought they had time. They thought you would just be waiting on a shelf, paused, until they were ready to press play again. But your energy has shifted. They can feel it. Even in the silence, they can feel you pulling back, healing, reclaiming your power. And that shift in you is what is triggering this massive internal reckoning in them. They are preparing to speak. They are drafting messages in their head while they drive. They are typing out words and deleting them. They are rehearsing the apology, trying to find the exact combination of words that will unlock the door they slammed shut. But here is where we need to pause. Before I tell you exactly how this communication arrives, before I reveal the exact nature of the text or the call that is going to light up your phone around the 12th, I need to ask you to anchor yourself in this space. If this reading is speaking to the deepest, quietest part of your soul right now, if you feel that somatic recognition in your chest, I want you to make a commitment to your own spiritual journey. Subscribe to Trusted Tarot. Join this community. Not because I need the numbers, but because you need a space that holds this frequency. You need to surround yourself with energy that validates your intuition instead of gaslighting it. When you subscribe, you are sending a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are no longer hiding from your own psychic truth. Do that now. Take a deep breath and then come right back, because what I am about to tell you requires your full, unbroken attention. Are you back? Good. Because the delay is ending. The energetic gestation is complete. This person has reached their breaking point with their own silence. They can no longer live with the ghost of what they walked away from. The internal pressure has become greater than their fear. And because of that, the dam is about to break. But Gemini, you need to understand the anatomy of this incoming message. It is not going to be a casual check-in. It is not going to be a simple, "Hey, how have you been?" designed to test the waters and see if you are still emotionally available to feed their ego. No, the cards are showing a confession, a shedding of the ego, a truth being exposed that they have been hiding not just from you, but from themselves. They are coming back with a level of vulnerability that will shock you. But before you receive it, before you open that message and let their words wash over you, there is a danger here. Not a danger of them harming you, but a danger of your own beautiful, forgiving heart betraying you. You have spent so long starving for a crumb of their attention that, when they finally bring you the whole loaf, you might forget to check if it's poisoned. You might forget to protect the peace you have so painstakingly built in their absence. When that message finally arrives, your very first instinct will be to reach for your armor. As a Gemini, your mind moves at the speed of light. You process, you analyze, you calculate. In a fraction of a second, your ego will try to protect you by telling you to be clever, to be aloof, to act unbothered. You will want to craft a reply that makes you look like you haven't spent the last 3 weeks agonizing over their absence. But the cards are issuing profound warning right now. Do not let your old pain distort this new message. If they are coming to you stripped of their defenses, shedding their pride, and you meet them with a shield of sarcasm or cold detachment, you will shatter the fragile bridge they are trying to rebuild. This moment will require a level of spiritual maturity that you have been quietly preparing for. You have been starving for their words. When your phone screen lights up with their name, your heart will hammer against your ribs. The adrenaline will spike in your veins. Your fingers will hover over the keyboard. And you will feel the overwhelming urge to reply in 3 seconds just to show them you are still there. Or conversely, you will want to wait 3 days just to show them you don't care. Listen to me very carefully. Both of those reactions are rooted in fear. Both are ego responses designed to control a narrative. I am asking you to step entirely out of the fear. Pause, breathe, read their words not for what you desperately wish they meant, and not for what your deepest insecurities fear they meant, but for what they actually say. Receive this communication clearly, not defensively. Because the truth they are bringing is incredibly intense. It might be an apology that makes you weep. It might be a raw, unfiltered confession of a fear they have never spoken aloud to another living soul. It might be a complete admission that they were profoundly wrong about you, about themselves, and about the timing of your connection. If you react from the place of your wounded inner child, you will completely miss the magnitude of their surrender. You must meet their vulnerability with your grounded, healed, adult self, the version of you that knows her worth, the version of you that no longer needs to beg to be chosen, because you already know you are the prize. And this brings us to the divine timing of it all. Why now? Why is the universe orchestrating this massive collision for the 12th of August, 2026? You have been asking the sky for a sign. You have been begging the universe for a shift, crying out into the void, wondering if your prayers were just disappearing into the ether. But divine timing is never about giving us what we want the exact second we want it. It is about delivering it only when the energetic soil is finally fertile enough to hold the seed. The Lion's Gate portal just peaked and closed. The cosmic energies over the last few weeks have been fiercely intense, burning away the illusions, burning away the superficial layers of this connection, burning away the ego. What is left now in the ashes is only the absolute truth. The 12th of August sits in this beautiful, heavy, pregnant pocket of late summer energy. The silence between you two was never a punishment. It was an incubation. If they had come back to you in June or even early July, they would have brought the exact same chaotic, avoidant, half-hearted energy. They would have repeated the same toxic cycles. You would have welcomed them back with open arms, and 3 weeks later, you would be sitting in the exact same darkness, crying the exact same tears, feeling the exact same abandonment. The universe loves you far too much to let you repeat a cycle that drains your soul, so it enforced the silence. It forced them into the wilderness of their own mind until they had absolutely no choice but to face their shadows. This return is the direct result of their internal breaking point, but it is equally the result of your internal change. You stopped chasing, You stopped projecting your beautiful, vibrant energy into their black hole of a void. You pulled your energy back into your own body, your own life, your own spiritual practice. And in the energetic realm, when you pull your energy back, you create a massive vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. The universe rushes to fill that empty space, and it pulls the person who was meant for you right back into your orbit with gravitational force. They are feeling that vacuum right now. They are feeling the sudden, terrifying absence of your light, and it is driving them toward you like a moth to a flame. But I know how deeply exhausting this entire process has been. I know the heavy toll this waiting takes on your physical body and your nervous system. You have spent so many nights feeling like you were losing your mind, feeling like you were the only one who remembered the magic, the telepathy, the undeniable soul tie of what you shared, feeling like you were holding onto a ghost while the rest of the world just moved on. You have been so tired, Gemini, so deeply, spiritually, bone-weary, fatigued by the push and pull, by the hot and cold, by the deafening silence that screamed louder than any argument ever could. I want you to know that your exhaustion is valid. It is holy. It is the exhaustion of a soul that has been doing the heavy energetic lifting for two people. But you can put the weight down now. You don't have to carry the agonizing anxiety of when anymore. The when is here. The window is opening. You are safe. You are seen. The universe has not forgotten you, and neither have they. I know there is a quiet, trembling part of you that is terrified to fully believe this. The part of you that whispers in the dark, what if I am wrong? What if I open my heart again? What if I let my guard down, and they crush it all over again? Let me hold that fear for you right now. Let me wrap my energy around that fragile, exhausted piece of your spirit. You have been through so much emotional whiplash. You have been the strong one, the forgiving one, the one who always understands their side of the story, the one who makes excuses for their inconsistencies while they rarely try to understand the depth of your feelings. But this time, the universe is stepping in as your ultimate protector. You do not have to force this. You do not have to manifest it through sheer willpower, through anxious attachment, or through obsessively checking their social media. It is already done in the spiritual realm. The gears are turning, and they cannot be stopped. Think about the profound disappointment you felt just last week. That heavy, sinking moment when you finally convinced yourself it was truly over. The hot tears you shed into your pillow when the silence felt permanent. When you thought you had wasted your time, your love, your beautiful Gemini energy on someone who simply could not match your frequency. That grief was necessary. It was the final shedding of your codependency. It was the exact moment you finally chose yourself over the mere idea of them. And the universe felt that monumental shift, the moment you truly surrendered, the moment you stopped gripping the outcome so tightly that your knuckles turned white. The universe said, finally, they are ready to receive. You are not waiting for a savior, Gemini. You are waiting for an equal. And they are rushing through their own karmic lessons to become that equal for you. Remember who you are. You are Gemini. You are ruled by Mercury. You are the master of words, of connection, of duality, of seeing every single angle of a situation. For so long, you let this connection mute your voice. You let their confusion make you doubt your own brilliant clarity. You let their silence make you feel like you were talking too much, feeling too much, needing too much. But as we approach the 12th of August, 2026, I want you to reclaim your throne. When they reach out, when that apology or that profound confession lands in your lap, you are the one holding the pen now. You get to decide the next chapter. You get to decide if their remorse is enough. You get to set the boundaries. You are no longer the one begging for a seat at their table. You are the one who owns the house, and they must knock respectfully to be invited inside. So, as we close this reading, as we seal this incredible, shocking energy into the physical world, I need you to do something with me. I need you to anchor this vibration into your physical body so that when the moment arrives, you are entirely grounded. I want you to take your right hand and place it flat against the center of your chest, right over your heart chakra. Feel the warmth of your palm seeping through your skin, through your clothes, directly into your energy field. Feel the steady, rhythmic beating of your heart beneath your fingers. This heart has been through so much, yet it keeps beating. It keeps hoping. It keeps loving, despite every reason it has to stay closed. Honor that heart. Thank it for keeping you alive through the darkest nights of this journey. Now, close your eyes for just a second. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose, pulling the air all the way down into your belly, filling your lungs with the golden light of the late summer sun. Hold it at the top. feel that expansion. And as you exhale slowly through your mouth, I want you to silently repeat this affirmation in your mind. I release the need to control. I am open to the truth. I receive what is meant for me, and I gracefully release what is not. Say it again in your mind, letting the words vibrate through your chest. I release the need to control. I am open to the truth. I receive what is meant for me. Feel the physical tension leaving your shoulders. Feel the tight, anxious knot in your stomach begin to dissolve into pure, liquid peace. You are safe. You are divinely guided. You are exactly where you need to be. To lock this energy in, to tell the universe that you are ready to receive this shocking, beautiful, life-altering message around the 12th of August. I need you to go down to the comments right now and type one specific word. Type the word, receive, just that one word. Receive, claim this energy. Claim this timeline. Let the algorithm and the universe see your digital footprint of absolute faith. And if this message found you at the exact right moment, if it felt like a warm, reassuring hand on your shoulder in the dark, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, or simply keep it as our sacred secret. Subscribe to Trusted Tarot so you do not miss the follow-up reading when this message actually manifests in your physical reality. Keep your phone close, Gemini. Keep your beautiful, brilliant heart open. The silence is breaking. The wait is over. I will see you in the next reading.